all we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Okay, Coach, historically it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 10-2 stop.
Man, I got you.
Get it.
On first down, Hubbard. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Give them maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Second and 9 at the Packers' 34-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Second and 9 now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
It's third down. Third and long.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. From the gun, Costello. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is fielded at the 7.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Come on,
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get off the field.
General West.
He's checking.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set, ready? You draw quarters. 50, plant.
To throw on 3rd down. Costello. Green brings it in. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Line, 675. 54. Check.
They'll run on first down. Tomlinson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Here's Luck. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
First down, Tomlinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 15 now. Luck, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 15.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Luck. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
That's what I'm talking about. Sets on deck, man. Go ahead, take a seat.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Three times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
No lack of guts at all on that one. Normally in this situation in the red zone, that type of play isn't run, but I think they're trying to catch the defense off guard and also break tendency. No one really runs that type of a play. Guess what? We are. Let's see how you handle it.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Ka'imi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Love. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm just chuckling a little bit because I remember my days playing, and if I had a receiver that was 3 inches taller than me and couldn't complete that play, my confidence was really going to rise at that point. I was going to feel really good about myself if I could let him know it too.
Yeah, that's the difference between those two guys. 3 inches of height, but hey, good job defensively to break it free. He can run for it, and he will. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, it's Tomlinson. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Off of play action. Luck. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Ready, 18, Gator. Here we go. Hey, high 7. 57's right.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine, baby. You won't get this. You're all mine.
Hit it.
Off the play fake. Costello. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Come on. 11B. Hey, Charlie.
After the interception, it's Luck. And now he'll tuck it and run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
What we got? 12. Yeah, check it.
A shotgun snap for Luck. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. He'll rifle this one deep right, and that's caught inside the 35. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Luck. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Wide open receiver complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Check out.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Gay's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
5, 6, 7. 12.
Check my 40. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
To throw his line. And he will find his man on the outside.
Gain of 8. And the Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check out. 390. Down right.
Here we go. Check 9, check 9.
They'll run on 1st down. Tomlinson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Long. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Tomlinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Pick your game up.
Throwing on 3rd down. Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Costello. Just keeping the play alive. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Okay, ready?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Costello. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Costello. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
Strip that ball. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now it's Love. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
It's 4th down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Tighten down, tighten down. There you go. Safe, safe, safe. 12, 12, 12. Check, check. 12, 12, 12.
They snap it to Locke. And Adams has it complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Luck now A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary in that last possession.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run on 1st down. Tomlinson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll try the air now with Luck. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
They'll look for the first with Tomlinson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Right there, 40's Mike. Come on. You better bring it. Mike's 40. Mike's 40.
On 4th down, Luck. And that's complete to Adams. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Makes the score Lions 30.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows and just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Here's Luck. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
11.
On first down, it's Luck. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Check right.
On 1st and 10, Luck. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, Luck. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew,